Hey everybody, welcome to Gaming with Vindicator, where we're building the city of Mikelsfjord. And in the last few episodes, we've been rejigging some train traffic around the region. We have been trying to sort out why there's so many trains, and in part it was because we only had one small cargo airport at this end of the map, and we had a couple small cargo ports over here as well. All the trains were trying to get down the track, they still are doing that. But I think we're gonna have a nice fix here in that all the traffic that's coming down from up north here in those industrial areas, they will be redirected down through our newly rejigged Austria farmland train lines and over into the, I guess you call this the east end here, where we built a new sea cargo port, a seaport, and did some decorating on that in the last episode. And we started to put in a cargo airport as well. Now, this was done just before the DLC came out, so what I want to do is, we're going to destroy this today. Yeah, we're taking it out, and it's not going to be completely done away with. Some of the stuff will stay, but I do want to replace this terminal here with the actual airport DLC's cargo terminal. So let's get into it, and I think once we're done doing this, our train cargo problems will be solved. I think the trains are going to have plenty of space to offload their cargo, and we can get on with our lives in the sense of maybe doing a bit of tourism work. We have some strong demand for residential, so we're going to have to put in a new neighborhood somewhere here. This hill looks enticing. Could it be an old historical neighborhood? Who knows? Anyway, for today, here's what we're going to do. First step today, I want to take care of a little bit of this problem of not enough workers. You know, there's just no residences near here. The closest town is Torrance Square over here. So what I'm going to do is, instead of building a city, the quick fix is, hey, let's put in a quick bus line here. This would be real simple, real simple. It's going to stop there. I want to go in and maybe turn down some of the buses. We don't need thousands of them. I think it's going to be popular in transporting workers to and from, but we shall see. All right, next step. What do we want to do here? Well, we're going to actually do some bulldozing. So this is coming right out. And what I want to do is back this road right off. And I know, because I've measured already, that we need six squares. There's 4, 5, 6 in order to hit our center point for the new airport's DLC cargo terminal. So I'm going to just click on to the cargo section, and we've got our terminal here. And I just have to hold the right mouse button to sort of turn it around, and it's going to snap. And then I just got to play with it a little bit. There it is. So there it's in. We'll get this road. All right, there it is. Beauty. And you know what? We can leave that for now. But I think it's a very interesting configuration for this terminal. I'm really not sure why there's a major road poking out here. It's going to prevent me from doing, I think, what I would have liked to do. But such is life. So, okay. Continuing, here's what we're going to do. There's an airport district here that I use as a placeholder, and it's not a real airport district, just a regular old city district. So let's get that out of there, right? Okay, we've done that, and we want to put in a new real airport district here. So we've got it started when we put down the cargo terminal. Let's expand that out, and I'm going to go with my smallest tool, so I can be really careful about this. I don't want to go crazy. I believe that, well, I'm not sure, but I think maybe the cost of your airport district has something to do with how big it is. Awesome. So now we have Vermont City Airport. That cannot stand. We're calling this Schengen Cargo Airport. Beautiful. And let's see, can we do policies yet? No, we have to put an aircraft stand down. So we'll fix those policies up later if we need any at all. I think I would like to also get our rail terminal in here before we do anything. So these medium warehouses just have to move. I'm going to put them over here temporarily, and we'll find a spot for them once we know what this area will look like. straighten out this road. Great. So, a bunch of ways to approach this. I could just line up airport stands, plane stands along this side, do the same here, and we'd probably get, I don't know, let's say we could get 8 in, 4 on each side. That'd be fine. Then we have lots of room for runway, taxiways. If you remember from a previous episode, we want to make sure that the airport runway is aiming at the middle of these two mountains and not clipping the highway when planes take off or land. So it's going to be a trick a little bit, but I think we can get in a nice long runway across here. I just don't want to... I'll tell you what, let's just put it in now and we can always move it. I'm really not sure which direction we want to come at. My thinking is probably planes will land and take off this direction. I know when you start a runway, it's going to put the tail onto it with the lights, so I'm going to come off just a little bit. Maybe here. Sure, right here. And again, we'll point at that middle section. I think that should do just nicely. Maybe a little bit this direction. I want to leave just as much space as I can for taxiways and whatnot. So let's say we go to there. All right, it's a decently sized runway. I know it's not long compared to some of what other people are doing out there, but you know, it's probably twice the length of the original airport or cargo airport runway. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, it's fine. It's the space we have. We're going to use it. Planes can hit the brakes if they need to. All right, so next thing we want to do is let's extend out this, what do you call these? The roadways that are attached to the terminal. Go back in here and get our long road. Pull this out just a bit. We'll pull the long ones out. I'm really not sure how far we need to come, but let's get those terminals in. Or rather the plane stands. And I think what I want to do is I want to leave myself room to expand in the future. So for now, we're just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are aligned on both sides. And I want to leave just a little space in the middle here. So maybe we want another taxiway out. How much space do I actually have here? I'm going to measure myself just a little bit. I don't think we got it. I think we're just one off. Do I care enough to change it? Probably. As a perfectionist, I need perfection. 12. I think they're the same. Or near enough, anyway. Okay, well, we'll get this in and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so that's 8 cargo stands. And now let's connect them up. So what I've done now is, because I've extended these roads out this way, if we need more airplane stands, we can build them out. I think we could probably get 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Yeah, we could get we could probably double our capacity. I'm thinking in a city this size of what, 67,000 people, we don't need that kind of crazy amount of stands. So, all right, let's think of this taxiway. We want planes to come in, land, come out, and they want to get them here and here. So I'm going to come off just a little bit, probably to there. That might be too close to the runway, so we're going to go a bit further. Oops, that's too far. Seems legit, and we'll just bring this over, connect that up, fix the directionality in a moment, get this out a bit so we can get our node. This one will come out, and you know what, how do I want this to work? I want planes to come off the runway and be able to get to these 4, and to these 4 without having to go all the way around there. So I'm going to put a parallel line here off 1, 2, 3. Come out as far as this and match that up. And these, of course, as we know with the airport taxiways, you have to do a bit of jigging, a bit of trial and error to make it look solid. So planes come out, get into here. I think I might actually just let them take a shortcut. I think I want this to go out, back to the exit, back that off again, match it up, and this will go right there so that planes can come off and take this direction. I don't actually know that we need this segment here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's necessary. Actually, no, it is. We need to let planes come down from this taxiway and get onto here. Do we? Yeah, I think I want 1 for exiting planes and 1 for planes to taxi this direction and come across. Obviously, I don't have any formal training. Oh, I don't have any formal training in this, but we're just going to kind of play trial and error and see what happens. It's telling me slope too steep. Okay, let's see if there's a bump somewhere if we need to maybe bring this out a bit. I see nothing except this bear, which is definitely not the thing you want on your runway. So we'll have to send out the wildlife guys to chase him down. Let's try this again. Alright, looks a bit like spaghetti, but let's see if it's working. We need to change some directionality first. Planes come out of here as they land. You take this direction. You can hit these 2 cargo stands. They can come out, come back, get out here, and go fly away. Planes can also come off and take a left, go down here, get to all these 4 cargo stands, and come out. I'm just going to add a little shortcut there. Now, I'm wondering, are planes ever going to need to come off, say, this cargo stand and get over here? Maybe. I don't know how the game mechanics work, and I think, in my mind, you wouldn't want to land a plane here and then move it over here, but in reality, well, you might. So I think we might just change this a little bit and turn this around. Yeah. We're gonna use this as an emergency taxiway. I don't think we need this one anymore. So if planes wanted to come from over here, they can come up, down, and around. Okay. Hopefully that maybe prevents any weird in-game mechanics. Yeah. Everything's connected, at least for the runway and the taxiway. So we're going to see how that performs. I won't run it yet until I get my trains in, but let's just do a little bit of tweaking and make sure these roads are not coming out too far. I'm actually going to back this off because we're going to do something different. Now, where are we going to put our cargo station? I love this new cargo station because it's got the double line. It's huge. Hopefully that means it can handle twice as much cargo, but I doubt it. I doubt that. So let's just do what we can and test it out. Now, of course, getting a rail line in here is going to be tough, so we're going to have to go underground. There's no other option. And I do want to go as far as I can, so I'm going to go out 12 spaces. So let's think about this. I like this bridge. I want to keep it if I can. But I also want to do something as a sort of backup measure, I want to put in a direct road here. Because I have played with this, and I know that if your only access into the cargo airport is the terminal, your service vehicles cannot get through, which seems to be, to me, a bug in the game. But we are dealing with what we're dealing with, so we got to put in a normal city road connecting to these cargo airport roads. And so we're gonna do a little road in here. Might consider doing another one around this side, but not sure yet. So let's see if we can get this rail line over it. Not sure that we can. Might not have gone high enough. Yeah, it looks to be far too shallow. If I go up one, oh, that's maybe. No, I don't like the way that looks. It's sort of grading down. So the easy solution is to raise this bridge up, which I think needs to be done anyway, given how close it is to the ferry line. I know it's letting me put the bridge over across, but I don't think it's going to be high enough in reality. It's going to start clipping. So what I want to do is just put a quick guideline in here to make sure I keep my posts, my pillars. I'm going to delete that. Now I can start here. How's that? It looks pretty darn good. I think we're gonna let it stand. It's a bit of a steeper grade here, but I think it's because it's connecting to the tunnel, so that's fine. Let's go underground and connect these two. And we have a slight jog, so we'll just do a straight segment. Slope too steep. What? Oh, there we go. And we'll bring this one out just a touch. And how far do we want to go? You know, I've learned my lesson in these things. We're going to go as far as we can so that we get a bit of extra track under there. It will cost more money, obviously, but that's fine. Okay, we have reconnected our rail line on that side. We got to do some work on this side to fix it. Let's clean this up a bit. And let me think about this. So I've played with this cargo, the new airport cargo train station, and I've noticed that a funny thing. Trains are not using both sides, at least not when they're coming both from the same end. So they're gonna pick one of these over the other, and I can't remember which one it is, so we're just gonna do our best. Oh man, I think I forgot to do something. I forgot that I want my rail line to come all the way down here and follow the highway, and that's going to mean rejigging up this runway. You know what? Might as well just do it now. In fact, you know what? I'm rethinking this whole crazy thing entirely. So we're just going to take this right back. Okay. And a better solution, you know, instead of going way high above here, we're gonna go under. And I think what I want to do is leave myself room for 3 different tracks. So one, why is it not snapping? There it is. 1, 2, and 3. Bring out just a little bit on this side as well. Ooh, that's. I wonder if these ramps are not straight, and that's why we're getting a bit of a jog. Is that true? Seems straight to me. We'll do that. We'll make sure that they're totally straight. 2, whoops, and 3. Now we have the 3 tracks level. Yeah, looks good, I think. And we can put our road over top of these now. use our industry road as usual, because this is an industry area. That looks level to me. We're going on just as far as we need to. And now we can start descending and connecting to this over here. However, I gotta get these back in here somehow. So let's rethink this entirely. I'm gonna put one in here. And the other one can back onto it. And so I have to just measure how long are these. Nice and snug, great. We can extend our main roads now. It's pretty darn good. I like it. I can live with it. Great. So what are we doing here? I don't actually need this part that's so close to the highway, because that's gonna cause problems. But what I will do, I'm gonna start raising this main line up pretty quickly and get it to easily slope up here. So I'm gonna come out just a little bit so we don't have height issues. So 1, 2, put in a dirt road there. Again, 1, 2 on the node. Distance too short. Why? That's nonsense. That should work. Okay. Have it your way. And we'll back this off again. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can start going up ASAP. And I want to mirror the highway. I don't want to go too high. And you know what? Maybe I'm going to start from this end and meet it on that side. And I know because there's water here, it's going to be very difficult to get my heights right in vanilla. So let's do a little temporary fictional grading here. You know what? These things, when you want perfection, they take their time. So we're going to take our time with it, not rush it. I don't mind. This game is therapy for me. Yeah, that's smoother for sure. And I think I want this to come up even more. I'm trying to mirror the highway, the heights and the angle, which is, as you know, a feat in vanilla. So maybe we start on this side. Straight segment. Now, these pillars are not achievable in vanilla, I don't believe. I think the map creator used some mods to remove a pillar here, and that's fine. It looks great. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the luxury of being able to play with that to match this span. So we do have the ferry line here. I want to make sure that I'm being equidistant to give that ferry the same amount of berth. So if I come out 5, 6 on this side. Well, let's get a little bit closer. 5, 6. I'm at about the tip of the arrow there, and I can start with this. Here's what we're gonna do. Guideline. Middle of the ferry. I can probably go this way. Let's see. about right there. And the height's off, but I got the distance right. So what I'm gonna do is just put that, oh, yeah, we're gonna destroy some rocks, it's okay. The height's off, so we'll leave this guideline here. We will go down 1, 2, I think it is 2. We're getting a weird bump from the seabed here. Are we level? Pretty much. I call that level. It's doing something odd, probably because of the water. It's okay. I don't think it's fixable. We're gonna leave it. So, we've got that. This can come out. Now I want to match the pillars if I can. In fact, I don't think I can, so what can I do? Yeah, okay. We'll keep it level as far as we can, just so that it looks nice. That's not perfect. I don't love that. And the reason for the imperfect is what? A little bump here. Good enough? Not good enough for us. No, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks gorgeous. That's awesome. Okay. So, we haven't quite connected our main line yet, but I can do that here. How's that look? Cha. Beauty. Alright. I'm wondering if this now is any more long enough to handle all the volume of traffic coming at it, so I might shift that around a little bit too. But first, let's get the other airport cargo line in. That line on the right will go over to the cargo airport. The main line's in the middle here. And because I'm a sucker for punishment, let's rebuild this line just a little bit and give these trains coming from the seaport to the airport a little bit more runway. Again, no pun intended. And I want to go with a line over top of this, but this ramp has to be backed up just so ever so slightly. Just going as short a distance as I can. Alright, I think that's bought me a little space for a pillar in here. Just sneak her in. Sneak, sneak. I'd love to get a straight segment up here. Just as a guideline. In fact, I'm going to do differently. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to turn my length off. I don't think anything else needs to come off. I'm going to go just as far as I need to. And hopefully I can span this. Ooh. I gotta turn all this other stuff off too. Because we're after perfection. Level? Yeah. Pretty close. I think it's level. And now we can do what? We might have to eyeball this a little bit. In fact, I wonder what happens if I come off with a straight segment. Now that's going to be messy. I'm not going to do that. Guidelines? No. No, it's going to be, well, no. No. Decisions. This is railway tracks, don't you know? They need to be perfect. Again, I think these guidelines are messing me up, so we'll try. I'd love to match a pillar, but it's gonna be a weird curve, so we'll just back it to, oh my gosh, this is really precise. It's pixel by pixel. Try there. Use our curve road tool. Tie in right there. So now, what do we got? A broken railway. best way to do this? Probably a curved road tool. A little bit better. Okay. Now the trains from over here can go either the main line or switch over to the airport line. I think we can get rid of these. Yes. And we don't need this guide road anymore. I want to tee in from here to here. Okay, let's try this. Can our curved road tool come to the rescue? Oh. Not enough landscaping. When landscaping goes wrong. So I'll further demolish the natural environment. And, oh, I bet you that's flooding, and that's maybe why we're getting such a height discrepancy. Yeah, just gonna have to let that flood. Let's do it. Bring it on. Bring on the water. Now what's not connected here? These are no longer on roads? Right, because we did move them. So is there a place that these might tuck in? There's one. That seems like a logical space for them. It's probably not usable land otherwise. We should, once this clears, be able to get our waterways connected again. I mean our railways. Now that we've flooded the map, is this gonna clear? Well, we'll figure it out at some point. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, there's a decline there. How did that happen? Why are we under grade? Apparently these grades are not identical. Oh no. Can we fix it without having to raise up this highway? Isn't that going to be an interesting problem to solve? Let's try it. We're pausing. Can you tell I'm having a time with this one? There. Are we good now? No water, no flooding. Clipping a little bit. That's very low, but we're all gonna pretend we didn't see that. So perfect. Hey, it's perfect. Did you see? It's perfect. Good. All right. So we've put in our main train line. It's mirroring the national highway, which is cool. I like that effect. And we got to put our runway back in. So someone taught me that you can do this little trick, which is you're with your park pathways. So let's hope that's long enough. And remember, we're gonna have that tail on the runway. So I'm gonna go up maybe 8 or 9. That should do it. Go as far as we can. Yeah, I mean, in reality, would you have these bridges in front of a runway? Doubtful. Not an airport planner here, but doubtful. But in the game, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. I'm getting sloped too steep again. I just don't know what's up with this land. It's very odd to my simple brain. But there's gotta be a way to get it to connect. There, okay. Is that so hard? How's the directions? So if we wanna come out, we can get back to this side, circle around, in, out again. Yeah, I mean, looks good to me. What do you think? Let's get some water in while we're here. Okay, water's connected. Flooding is still happening. Runway is in. Rail lines, dare I say in? How does it look? Seems legit to me. How are our roads doing? They look fine as well. So despite a little, minor flooding issues, I think we're okay. Let's quickly check our policies here and what do we have here? So we have hotel discounts. Obviously no hotels in the cargo area unless the pilots are going to stay somewhere. Add 200 points to airport's attractiveness rating. We don't need attractiveness. We're not trying to level this up. I know we're going to stay at level 1 on this because we're not going to put in any passenger facilities here. It doesn't matter. That's not what we're going for. So great maintenance adds land value at a cost of 5 cells per 100 airport area cells per week. I wouldn't mind leveling up the land value. Let's do that. Car rentals, tourists are much more likely to use cars. We don't have any, so we're just going to leave it at great maintenance and not worry about anything else. What else? Oh yeah. I think maybe we just preemptively remove some of these trees in case the plane's not taking off. Maybe get a tired pilot who's a little bit, inebriated. Who knows? It looks clear to me. Any other trees or bears hanging out in this airport area? I don't see any. So, looking good. Looking good. All right. What to do? What to do? We might just go back and do some more flooding here. Push this up to make it more like what it used to be. And that's great. And there's now land that we freed up here for commercial. We don't need the power to be coming in quite so close. And let's get in our zoning. Beautiful, beautiful. How's our garbage processing? We're a little shy, and I'm not sure that our recycling facility over here is going to carry into this area. So I can move this over, but we're short, so let's just put some more trucks in the road, shall we? That seems like a perfect spot to me. Wow, that fit like a glove. That made my day. That made my day. All right, now we have everything. I think we're gonna run it. Let's run it at top speed and see what happens. Hey everybody, so a strange thing happened in the recording after this point. It got corrupted where it's getting only about 1 frame every 5 seconds. So I've messed with my recording settings and hopefully it's fine from this point forward. And rather than redo this and pretend that it didn't happen, I'm just going to tell you what I did off camera, or I guess it would be off camera now. So, just added a little bit of commercial here to round this out and rejig the stop signs and the junctions. I also played around with the bus line a little bit. The buses are an attempt to bring in workers for these commercial sectors that are crying for not enough workers. So I noticed that the buses were running all the way down this road and turning around up in here. So I added this little temporary turnaround and also adjusted the line a little bit. We had the normal buses running, but I decided we would take advantage of some of the new buses in the DLC, the airport's DLC, and switch that over to articulated buses. So you can see we've got several new buses with a capacity of 50, which is higher than the normal 30. They're on their way to clear out this stop right here. And you can see there are hundreds, 300 people waiting to go over to where they're going. Basically, they're going all to this industrial area, which is great because we need more workers to get over there. So hopefully this bus line's fixing that, and these icons will disappear. We'll continue to monitor the capacity on that line. But one thing I also did notice was that this it's not accepting trains; it's only sending trains out. So I'm going to take a quick second to rejig this line. And we'll run it again and hope that that fixes that issue where no trains were coming in. I wonder if it was just a routing issue, but hopefully, I mean, the whole point of building this airport area was so that trains would have another place to drop their cargo. There was only the other airport at the other end of the map over there, and we're really getting our train line bogged down. So this is an attempt to give them one more place to drop off their cargo. What else did I do? So I fixed the junctions, adjusted the bus lines. I added just a little bit of decorating, which was really just this fuel tank, which is, you know, critical for any kind of airport. I thought about putting in other hangars, but it just doesn't seem to fit anywhere. Aesthetically, it didn't make sense. So, you know, fleshed it out with a little bit of tree cover, and I opened this waterway again. I had closed for to allow this train line to be smoothed out. So one other thing that I did, you'll notice that the budget for an airport is related to the size of the airport area. At least I think that's what that is. So, you know, I went in here with our airport area tool and just trim that down as small as possible. So we're just covering all the buildings and the runways and whatnot. So just an attempt to be more efficient. That's about everything I did. So one thing I do want to mention, you'll notice that there are a crazy amount of planes coming in here. This is totally unreasonable in a city of 67,000 people. There would not be this many cargo planes. There just shouldn't be in the game either. So if I look here, we have 88 active flights. That's just crazy. The other airport, I think there's maybe like 3 or 4 planes at a time. These planes are jumping on top of each other, backing up. And you know, I know I missed a little segment here, so let's quickly fix that. We'll allow planes to go, instead of all the way in here and around, let them cut to where they're supposed to be cutting, which is directly here and up. Good, so we fixed that. Still, I think there's a bug in the game, and if I've done something wrong, please tell me. Tell me what I've missed. I do know that the airline pathway is about here, so perhaps that's the problem. It's too close to this airport. I've also heard that if you place an airport outside of the original 25 tiles, you might create a problem, but you can see that's not the case here. I believe it's within the 25, so I'm kind of stumped about why there would be so many planes. And if you look at these, they're okay, 45, 0, another 5, 0. So these planes are almost empty, and that seems to me like a bug in the game. Prove me wrong. I'd love to know if it's something I'm doing that I can fix. So let me know in the comments, and I think I'll leave it here. If you appreciate this episode, just leave me a like, and if you want to get notified of new episodes, just click the notification bell, and I'll let you know when new episodes are coming, which I hope will be a lot more often. As you may have noticed, the recording quality is much improved over my previous videos, and that's because I've got a new gaming rig, which is very exciting. So very pleased with that, and hoping to be able to put out a lot more content in the next few weeks and months. Thanks again for watching. I'll leave you with a really quick city tour, and have a great day. Thanks again.